presentation is controversial and may be offensive to some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm your host, Andrew26101 Show. I want to thank everybody who's live on this podcast. I apologize earlier. I was just trying to get my streaming in order here. Unfortunately, I had some issues with trying to get my stream connected to my my OBS streaming that I have over here with my little, I don't know, recorder thingamajig. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's just a thing that I do regarding to streaming and recording. But I want to thank everybody who's live right now. Thank everybody who's live on the live stream. Now, what made me want to do this video is because it wasn't the fact that Miss Jamaica won the, the university pageant, beauty pageant, but it was more of the negative feedback that I've looked at on WorldStar and other media, social media outlets in outrage for her winning Miss America over Nigeria. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm sorry about that, guys. All right, so here's the thing, right? It wasn't the fact that Miss Jamaica won the beauty pageant, but it was just more of the comments and the backlash that was received after she won the beauty pageant. Well, the negative feedbacks that she was receiving was she's not black enough. And one of a give me a reason. Give me 1 second. I apologize. 1 second here. Let me try to get this together. Sorry about that. So basically, this whole debate or discussion between African Americans and, African American women that's in this country, for the most part, was saying, well, Miss Jamaica is not black enough. And the reason for that is because she has the first name as, her name is pronounced as Tonyoy Anna Saing. Okay? So people are saying, well, she's not black because, well, go figure. She won the beauty pageant because of her last name, and she's not even black. And then you got some women that were saying, well, she wasn't black enough to win the beauty pageant, and, because she has a last name, and I guess that's not her name, or I don't know. I guess she's not black enough, right, compared to Mrs. Nigeria. And when I read these stupid-ass asinine comments, man, and I started to look back at a lot of things in modern society on how we treat each other as human beings, especially as black people. If somebody has some sort of, I guess in certain African Americans' eyes, not saying all, but you got some African American women who say, well, her hair is straight, or she has green eyes, but she's not black. That's probably why she won it. Give me 1 second, folks. I don't know. Motherfuckers is knocking on my door and they expect for me to open. I don't answer the people who don't show up at my door. Fuck all that shit. Hold on, give me a second, folks, man. I don't like people knocking on my door, nigga. Okay, cool. All right. Never mind. I just got a package over here. I just got this package. I I ordered something for my lady for Christmas, so it just got in. I apologize for that. Shout out to 16. I see you in the building. But as I was going back with this story of Miss America, right? People saying she's not black enough because of her last name or her whole name, I should say, is going as Tonya Ann Sain, right? Now, people were saying she's not black enough, or that's the only reason why she won it because she's mixed, or because she's Indian or some shit. Now, listen, man. Or she's just not black enough. I hate when people say that shit. That's the most stupidest derogatory word that you can say to demeanor your own culture. You're not black enough. Since when is not being black enough black enough? You know what I'm saying? Because I was told all my life, hey, Drew, you sound like a white boy. Won't you? Oh my God, you must be white. Like, I was told from African Americans that I am not black enough because I speak white. And you know what my parents used to say to me, man? Because both my parents are foreign descent, right? They're foreign black folks. And you know what my parents used to say to me? She said, my mother and my father, right? They both said this to me. If people saying you sound like a white boy, it's because you're sounding intelligent and you have a lot of educational, or your educational background experiences that are superb, you know? Or they'll say, Jamaicans will say, well, your pronunciations and words is correct, right? Now, I don't know where the whole jealousy thing lies between black women and some certain Jamaican women. I just don't really get it, but it's been a phenomenon going on for some time now, but it's just been kind of like brushed underneath the table, because I can tell you this from my experience, and since I am Jamaican descent and I can kind of push it out there, all right? Most Jamaicans don't see themselves as being, oh my God, I'm mixed with Indian, or I have Indian descent, or, I have a background that is Indian descent, okay? That doesn't make you less of a culture, because we don't see it like that in our country. You know what I mean? So if you're black, you are black. It don't matter what the fuck you got in you, okay? But then some people will say, well, she's not black enough like Nigeria. But what is black enough being black enough? I just don't understand it, how people would just reject each other because they're not black enough. As you can see, this is Mrs. Jamaica's family, okay? Now, you tell me which part is not black enough, man. Come on, man. Well, where's the dreads? Where's the Boomba dreads? God. I can't stand people who stereotype people. But there's a lot of self-hatred going on in our community, man. This shit is fucking sad. Okay? And those fucking idiots that say Jamaicans are not black, man, I want to smack the shit out of y'all. I just look, what the fuck do you think this woman is? This woman in Africa that looked just like this woman. Oh, well, the name Sain. Well, my last name is Samuel. Samuels. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, well, that doesn't sound like a African name. That could sound like it's French, or it's could be Spanish, or it could be East European. Like, listen, man. People need to understand that blackness does not just exist in America. When are we going to wake up, people? Huh? Blackness does not just exist in America. Okay? And it just does not exist in Africa either. When people say, oh, well, she's just not, she doesn't deserve it. She's not black enough. These are the comments that I'm getting, man. The most disrespectful comments. I'm going to go ahead and play the beauty pageant, man. I'm going to play this video. You're going to see Nigeria overly excited and happy, man. just to see Jamaica win something. You know what I'm saying? Just to see Jamaica win this pageant. Listen. You know, in a way, I'm thinking she's thinking, because listen, it was between Nigeria, Miss Jamaica, and Miss Brazil. Okay? And Miss Brazil, we all know that Brazilians are, Brazilians are close to Africa and South America more than any of the Caribbean regions. There's so many African heritage that's in Brazil. But of course, this is one of the women that, favors more of the European complexion side. So I can understand for dark-skinned women to see another dark-skinned woman win Mrs. Beauty. It's a big accomplishment. So I get it. I understand it. Black excellence, black beauty. But we don't need a beauty pageant. We don't really need a beauty pageant to really solidify us as being beautiful women, or if you want to call it, beautiful queens. If you're a queen from the inside and out, you don't need people to put on a show to make you seem as if you're beautiful. You are beautiful. Okay? Most of those women that are running for the beauty pageant are beautiful women. Okay? They are. And most of the women that they're picking are, if you notice that, they're from different regions of the world. Different African regions of the world. I mean, this is what they perceive as being beautiful. And there's nothing wrong with that. But how comes when Miss America, correct me if I'm wrong, I may be wrong. I may be right, I may be wrong, I'm not too sure. But with Miss America, right, how comes there's never a representation of different nationalities of Miss America? It's always the blonde hair with blue eyes type of chick. But even that's getting a little bit old now, because, it just seems like a lot of people, and even this world, is fascinated by foreign beauty. I mean, there's no disagreement with that. But it says a lot about America to its degree. Now, for the idiots out there that say, well, you know what? I'm not even going to get into that right now. I'm just going to go ahead and play this video of the Miss American Beauty Pageant. And you guys can see the overexcitement of Miss Nigeria. But shout out to Miss Nigeria, too. She's beautiful, too. Shout out to both of them. But let's go ahead and play this video. I want to know what you guys think of this, and I want to get your opinions.
And Miss World 2019 is... Jamaica.
The way Miss Nigeria was running up, she ran up and down like she was the one that was winning that shit. She ran up and down like she won the Olympics, boy. Pull up. Oh, shit, man. Miss Nigeria was doing a goddamn dance. That Sandaria dance, man. That's the good version of it. You know what I'm saying? Woo! Happy. But listen, man, y'all don't understand the amounts of pressure that a lot of these women put themselves through. I had some time to really sit back and think about it. And I said, man, what the hell are these women doing? They just put on a bunch of makeup and, just put on a bunch of clothes and just saying a bunch of rehearsal words. But it's a little bit more to it than just that, because these people are judging these women based on their personalities and also what they do and their education. That shit was the most hilarious celebration of all. You could tell right now, man, just from Nigeria's reaction to Miss Jamaica winning the beauty pageant, you could tell that they were close friends. Because that right there, I don't know, it just kind of seems to me that Miss Jamaica probably had some insecurities, and she probably didn't think that she was beautiful enough to even win the Miss America, Miss Universal Miss America pageant, whatever. Is it Miss America? I don't know. I can't keep up with these things. Universe, whatever. She didn't win the pageant. That's a long ass hug, man. That's a long hug. I would feel uncomfortable. I'm like, okay, bitch, you're sweating too much on me now. Now let me go. Let me tell you something, man. One thing I gotta say, and this is just not me, just like, just giving a lot of respect to my culture because, it is my culture, but Jamaican women, man, and I'm going to tell you this right now, there's a lot of stereotypes that come with it. It's either them bitches is crazy, they really on some crazy shit, but listen, man, there's a hood and there's a ghetto in every goddamn corner, all right? You've got the good ones, you got the bad ones, you got the ratchet ones, and then you got the civilian, regular 9-to-5, homebody cultured ones. Okay, so the Jamaicans that you see, like, Dutty wine and doing them crazy machinery dances and shit, flipping a bitch backwards, up inside down and shit. Listen, normal Jamaicans don't do shit like that. Okay, that's some dancing shit inside the clubs. We don't do shit like that. Really and truly, we just some regular people, hardworking people. We work really hard. It's in my bloodstream. I got 3 jobs and shit. We're some hardworking people, and even the women. The women are very dedicated into family structure. No doubt about it. That is something I can't take away, and nobody else can. They're the most chilling people on the face of this planet. Even white people love coming to Jamaica, man. I'm just keeping it real. A lot of white people talk about going to Jamaica. You even got some, I don't want to get too much deep into this, but you even got some white women playing for some dick down there in Jamaica, right? Because they're looking for some boomba-ass dread man with a big-ass cock that can ram it right in her, man. Listen, I'm just being real. That's the stuff that goes on in my country, but that's everywhere. That's everywhere. You know what I mean? But for people for saying that she's not black enough, man, come on, man. Get the fuck out of here with that stupid shit. Get out of here with that shit, man. All right, you know what? All right, you know what? Let me just figure this out. Let me see if I could find this shit, because people saying she ain't black enough, man. This shit fucking kills me right now. Hold on. Let me see something. Alright, hold on. Let me go ahead and fix this real quick. Give me a second here, folks. It just kills me sometimes, man, with just all the ignorance of what people say, man. I want to go ahead and look for this information that's going to give you guys a clear indication on Jamaicans, because I am so sick and tired of people being so judgmental. It's just ridiculous, and it's annoying. So let's just go ahead and get down to some real facts about Jamaica, right? Since we're gonna get a little bit historical, a little bit educated, you know what I mean? Since I am, the person that likes to deliver the message entirely for itself, truth, logic, and wisdom. Let's get down to some truth and some facts. So people say Jamaica is not they're not black people. That kind of irritates me a little bit, you know what I mean? It just gets under my skin, for people to just assume things and say things like that without even doing their history or their facts. Well, let's do some history and some facts here. Let's look at Jamaica. People don't understand. Okay, let's look here. Jamaicans are citizens of Jamaica, and they are descendants of Jamaican diaspora. Most Jamaicans are African descent. See, African descent. Let's look at the population of Africans that are descended from Jamaicans. Jamaicans of Africans, or particularly African descent, made up of 89.4% of the working population. Now, 89.4%, the working population. According to the official Jamaican population of 1970, the ethnic origins of Jamaica include black, Chinese, East Indian, white, and Saharian. So that alone right there tells you on how culturally just close-minded we can be as people, without, doing our research on things. It's also descendant of the UK, because UK also have some sort of land structure in Jamaica. Well, listen, man. Hold on, give me a second. Alright, enough with my Inspector Gadget bullshit, man. Let's get back to some real shit, man. But really and truly, man, Jamaicans are mixed with multi-different cultures, right? East Indian, black, Chinese, white, all that other shit. But it's 89.4% African, right? But it's mixed with those other different cultures. The population, it says right here, too. Population of blacks are 2.4 million. And Chinese, 5.2. Mixed. Then you have East Indian, which is 20,000. So all that shit is all mixed up, and you got white as well, because you got white Jamaicans that's also mixed up in the islands as well. So majority of it is of Afro descent, but you also have the other half, which is of East Indian descent. So when you see a woman by the name of, let me get her full name here, because I know I'm really bad with this. But Miss World 2019, that's what it was, not Miss America. Fuck, I done fucked up. I know. I'm only human. Shit, fuck it. Tony Anna Sain. Tony Anna Sain. I think it's how you... Tony Anna Sain. Okay, people who say, okay, well, that's an Indian word, a Guyanese word, a Trinidad. No, that's a word. That name itself right there is very popular in the Caribbean, especially Sain. That's definitely of East Indian descent. But a lot of people are of mixed culture in that country. It's the same thing with America. America is no different from African Americans mixing up with whites and having mixed interracial kids. So who are we to say that she's not black enough based on her name? Because, seriously, man, that's what we're judging her based upon, is her name. I just don't get it, man. I really don't understand this shit. I've been told I wasn't black enough sometimes, too. But what is not black enough? The New World Jord 50. Is that how you pronounce it? New Word? Yeah, the New Jord 50. There's Asian, Hispanics, whites living in Jamaica. Hell, Bob Marley is mixed. His dad is white. Yeah. There's a lot of Cuban Jamaicans that live in Jamaica, man. The Indians, which are considered Asians too, and the Inganas people too. Yeah, very correct. So when people say, like, stupid shit like this, when people say, oh, you're not black enough, or I just look at people and just be like, yeah, y'all some stupid motherfuckers. Because every Jamaican considers themselves as black. Black is what comes first. It's always been that way, no matter what. Yes, I admit it. I have a multicultural background to me. I do. Part of my family are Indians. Yes, they're Indian descent, Indian Jamaicans, East Indians that live in the West Indies. Just like this woman here. Who knows? We could be related somehow. I don't know. That's why I'm scared to fucking marry. I can't marry me a Jamaican chick, man. I'm afraid it might be linked somehow. Somehow we family. You can't do it, man. That island is not big, man. It's a small island, so you can easily be related to somebody, man. But shout out to my peoples in Jamaica, though, man. Shout out to my Jamaicans. Shout out to that other half of my culture, man. I represent. But listen, man, we really need to be real with ourselves, man. So what happens if, let's just say hypothetically speaking, right? What would happen if Brazil won? And Brazil looks a little bit more Eurocentric descent. What would y'all be saying? Oh, she won because she's white. Really? I just don't know what is because it's like when I do certain things, right? Back then when I was a kid, I was told it wasn't black enough, right? Because I decided to do things that could, my parents kind of sheltered me a little bit when I was a kid, and which is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But after certain parts of my life, I did kind of fall into some bad shit, and I had to get out of it. And that's why I moved down to Florida. Okay? And guess what? There is nothing wrong with that. I know a lot of people wish they had their parents that could have sheltered them. And they fell victim. They fell a victim to society. What I mean by shelter, I don't mean like baby and oh my God, my mom's not allowing me to go out and have fun and do things and go out. No, it's not that. What I mean by it with metaphors, because a lot of Jamaicans, we love to use metaphorical words. Like we'll say something like, for instance, like I'll say it in a Jamaican accent, or I'll try to, because since, I was born in this country, it's kind of hard, but I say it. A lot of Jamaicans have this saying go, if you're not here, you must feel, right? In other words, if you're not listening, whatever the repercussions and consequences that happens in your life, that's based solely on your decisions. Okay? And that's true. That applies for everybody. That applies for everybody. But people really need to, people who are not accustomed to foreign lifestyle and don't know foreign regions and don't know other blacks that live in different parts of this world, they really need to do their research. And it's sad to say this because my people in this country are living in a box that they have yet to really expand their minds and actually see that there's blackness throughout this whole universe. You go to Italy, you've got black people that live in Italy that are French. Definitely French. You've got a lot of French people that are in Haiti. Okay? And they speak the common language of Creole, because Creole is like a descendant of French, I believe. And you got Haitians who speak Creole, and they also speak Spanish because they share the island of, Dominican Republic. So it's common that, you'll have some Hispanics that do speak French in that island, and you got some that do speak Hispaniola. It's, hey, that's just how the everybody, listen, man, from what's going on in this universe today and how we are and going into 2020, if you look at other places and other regions and even our culture, everything is shown from how we are, from how we look, based upon culture. Okay? So, people say that Miss Jamaica is not black enough. Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop with that shit. Because I showed y'all the statistics. Saying there's a colorful event that held in London on Saturday, December 13th. Sain emerging the top beauty pageant at the age of 21 years old against the 21-year-old Nigerian beauty, Mrs. Douglas. And she's pretty too, man. So it's like people need to like really kind of do their research before they're quick to judge, because let me show y'all something. Hold on. I'm just looking through this right here. I just don't get it, man. Like I just don't get it. You know what I mean? I just don't see the difference, man. I just don't see the difference. I mean, yeah, you've got some blacks that have different type of features to them because that's just based on their region, where they're from. It's the same thing with Dominicans. You got a lot of them that kind of look like indigo, like Indian. Some that look, a little bit darker, look more African. I mean, it's kind of hard to explain, man, but it's just everybody's got something in them, man. That's all I gotta say, man. That's the best thing I can say. I'm like, listen, everybody's got something in them. Even the darkest people got something in them. Go ahead and do your family tree. Even as white as Miss Brazil is, who's to know if she's not African? Well, she is, obviously, because she's born in Brazil. But who's to know if, a lot of these, it's so intriguing is that you can see a person that looks like Miss Brazil, right? Let me go ahead and change this shit so I can show you a picture of Miss Brazil. Hold on. Give me 1 second, folks. Let's see if I can show y'all. All right, so Miss Brazil is on top of her, right? I think that's Miss Brazil, like giving her a hug or saying something to her, like congratulating her. I don't know if that's her or not. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. But anyways, man. Listen. Miss Brazil could be the whitest of all whitest people, and she can have a whole bunch of people in her family that are dark skinned. I know it sounds weird, it sounds crazy as fuck, but that's just how the Caribbean is. You got certain people that are lighter than the others. You got certain people that are darker. You got certain people that's more in tune with their African blood. They got more of the African DNA in them. And you got some that have half partial East Indian and African blood in them. You can see it. You could even see it on Jamaican Americans that live here. You could even see it within me. You can see that Jamaicans have different type of DNAs in them, but you could also see it within African Americans too. You can tell from their nose structure, from their skin complexion. I mean, it's the same thing with us. So, everybody's got at least something in them. But one thing people cannot deny and say is that they're not African, or I'm not black. Because the percentage of blackness, especially in Jamaica, people say, oh, these people ain't black. Oh, I'm not black. Man, 89.8% ratio of African blood is in that motherfucking country. So ain't nobody can tell me that Jamaicans ain't black. Especially to a motherfucker like me. I laugh at shit like that. Come on, man. We gotta stop this, man. We gotta stop this madness. We gotta stop this black division within each other. Because it's getting real stupid out here, man. It's getting real stupid out here. Now they're trying to really divide what's blackness. I don't even know if it's the mainstream media that has a lot to do with this, or is this just regular tabloids with black American women that are making this bullshit up in these goddamn motherfucking stories. You ever see those tabloids on social media sites where they have those media outlets and shit? And you can tell it's a black female that wrote that shit, because it's always like, this girl probably won because she got good hair. Come on, man. Ain't no white person going to write that shit down on their website. You already know that's written from a black woman who's a, what they call those women? A journalist. A news journalist and shit. Come on, man. Ain't nobody give a fuck about that shit. Oh my God, but she looks so fake. She looks so plastic. Don't most motherfucking beauty pageant ladies put a lot of makeup on? And a lot of them look fake? Nobody complains when the white women does it, though. Who gives a fuck? Let them be. Let them be. But you can't tell me that this woman's not black, man. I'm going to smack the shit out of all y'all niggas. Say she ain't black. Come on, man. What is wrong with people, man? I just don't get it. You can't tell me that this woman's not black. My fault, man. Let me just let this go down a little bit. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Thank you all for joining the Andrew 26101 show. Miss Jamaica wins, but it's not Jamaican enough. You know, I guess they expect, like, you know, Jamaicans to be like really of a Shabaranks look. You know what I'm saying? Shabba! You know what I'm saying? A real chocolatey looking bitch and a real chocolatey looking man. Or chocolatey looking nigga. You know what I'm saying? But listen, man, Jamaicans come in all sorts of colors, man. Even Chinese Jamaicans that say they black. If you got Chinese, man, straight Chinese ass Jamaicans say, what happened? Yeah, you want to run with me, boy? Me beat your ass. You know what I mean? They turn black in this motherfucker. They'll tell you. You tell, man, ask a black Chinese motherfucker. You tell them that they ain't black, they gonna fucking fuck you up. They get ultra offensive, man. Chinese Jamaicans be getting mad when you say you ain't black. When you tell them they ain't black, they get pissed off at you. They ready to throw something at you. G shit. But I don't understand, man, how us as black people in this country, man, because I guess I would say I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm black American. But I have a Jamaican ancestry background who is partially East Indian and European and Cuban. You know what I'm saying? All that fucking shit is all in a mix. So it's like, but the only thing I could identify is where I'm at, okay? Because I was born in this country, so I consider myself black American. You know what I'm saying? But I have West Indian, Caribbean ancestries. You know what I mean? Because I base people based on where they're at. You know what I mean? But at the same time, never forget where you come from. And that's one of the things, though, I can say about Jamaicans solely, is that they have a lot of pride, and they're very much into their culture. And they're pretty much into everything that everybody else has to offer in other cultures as well. They're very acceptable. But one thing that comes first is African soldier. African culture and the soldiers that brought those cultures. It's deep history, deep-rooted history. Look it up. I'm not gonna get too much into it because I'm not the type of person that's really too much into the whole educational culture thing as much. But I do cover it just a little bit, just to give a little bit, some people some, insight on culture, because this is kind of falls into politics in a way, and I really don't like to get too much into politics based on a lot of people's crazy emotional opinions on things. Because if I talk about politics, I'm going to really just speak that's based on my observation and my opinions. And a lot of people may not agree with that. So I try to keep it universal for the most part. You feel me? And that's cool, because we can agree to disagree, or we could disagree to agree. Either way. But listen, man, at the end of the day, shout out to Miss Jamaica. She deserves it. And don't ever let people tell you ain't black enough, man. Because I was told that when I was in school. Because I spoke differently. And I talked differently. Because I was raised differently. And I just absolutely hated that shit. I just never understood why people would say, you're not black enough. And then when you actually study, you do your book. Even African Americans get pointed out by their own people. By other blacks. We as black people, it doesn't even matter if you separate Africans, Americans from Jamaicans or whatever. We're all freaking black at the end of the day, man. We're all black. So people are going to look at you as just being a black person, man. Okay? Ain't nothing wrong with that. But what I don't understand is it's the whole stigma behind it. It's the whole negative stigma behind it. It's like, oh, why? Why is it such a negative thing to embrace black culture? Or to love black culture? And then when you're black, and if you're a man, if you love your own culture, it's like people start to look at you a little different. You know what I mean? They're like, well, why? Like, I love my culture. I love who I am. Shit, fuck you. I fucking love being black. I don't give a fuck, even though I talk white. Yeah. That's what people love about me. I don't give a fuck. Look at fucking Colton Banks. People say it's not unusual to be loved by anyone. Motherfuckers say I look like Colton and shit. They kind of compare me to Colton. Oh, you Colton Banks ass nigga. Colton Banks. I'll be a Colton motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you niggas. I'll be Colton. I happen to like Colton. Okay, I happen to listen to the Beatles. Anyways, guys, man, I want to know what you guys think. Those of y'all who are just coming on to the show. You know what I'm saying? Rate the video. Leave your comments. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. I got to take my black ass and do some grocery shopping. Shit. Ain't got nothing in the goddamn refrigerator. Shit. Girl coming home saying, where the fuck? You ain't cooking for me? I'm working my ass off, nigga. I'm working too. Fuck you think this is? Come cook for me too. Nah, let me stop. But I'm the better cook, you know what I'm saying? I cook with her. Even though she cooks good too, but you know. But anyways, guys, thank you all for joining the Andy 26101 show. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification. You know what I'm saying. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. God bless. You know the slogan.